Imagine opening your wallet and seeing small envelopes neatly labeled groceries, gas, fun money, and savings. Now imagine those envelopes quietly changing the way you think about every dollar you spend. That's the power of envelope budgeting. And even in a world of mobile payments, credit cards, and digital wallets, it still works. But why? Why do people keep coming back to this old school method when there are dozens of budgeting apps out there promising to make life easier? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand not only why envelope budgeting still works today, but also how it can completely transform the way you handle money, even if you've failed at budgeting before. Number 1. The simple psychology behind envelopes. Let's start with something powerful: your brain. Money feels real when you can see it, touch it, and count it. That's why so many people overspend when using credit cards or apps. The money doesn't feel like it's leaving. Envelope budgeting makes money tangible again. When you take cash and physically divide it into envelopes for categories like rent, groceries, or entertainment, you create a clear mental boundary. Once the entertainment envelope is empty, you stop spending because it's real and visible. For example, imagine you set aside $200 for groceries in an envelope. By week 3, you open it and see only $40 left. That's an instant visual reminder that helps you slow down your spending before the month ends. No spreadsheet or budgeting app can trigger that same emotional awareness. Number 2. How it keeps you accountable. Ever wonder where your money goes each month? Envelope budgeting eliminates that mystery. Each envelope represents a purpose. Every dollar has a job. When you label envelopes like utilities, gas, eating out, or savings, you're giving your money direction before it even leaves your wallet. That's what budgeting is really about: assigning purpose, not restriction. Let's say you get paid $2,000. You might put $800 in rent, $300 in groceries, $100 in entertainment, and so on. When that entertainment envelope is empty, you'll think twice before buying another fancy latte. It's accountability in the simplest form. Number 3. You don't need to be perfect. One of the biggest reasons people quit budgeting is because it feels rigid or complicated. Envelope budgeting works even if you make mistakes. If you overspend in one category, you can literally take cash from another envelope. For example, if your dining out envelope is empty but you still need a meal, you can borrow from fun money. It's immediate feedback. You see the consequence of your choice. It teaches balance and trade-offs without any guilt or math anxiety. That's why beginners love it. There's no need for fancy formulas or budget apps with confusing graphs. Just envelopes, labels, and honesty. Number 4. It works even if you go digital. You might be thinking, but I don't carry cash anymore. Good news, you don't have to. Envelope budgeting has evolved. You can use the same principle digitally through apps like Good Budget, Envelopes, or even by setting up separate checking accounts for different spending categories. It's still the same psychological trigger: seeing your money divided by purpose. For example, some people keep a bills account and a spending account. When they get paid, they transfer exact amounts to each one, just like stuffing envelopes. You don't have to carry cash to benefit from this timeless system. Number 5. It makes saving effortless. Here's a big one. Most people struggle to save because they try to save what's left at the end of the month. And let's be honest, there's rarely anything left. With envelope budgeting, you flip the script. You decide your savings amount first and put that in a savings envelope before spending anything else. For instance, if your goal is to save $200 monthly, that envelope gets filled before groceries, gas, or fun money. It turns saving into a habit instead of an afterthought. And the best part, it feels rewarding to literally see that envelope getting thicker over time. That small moment of pride keeps you consistent. Number 6. You finally know where every dollar goes. Have you ever opened your bank app and thought, where did all my money go? Envelope budgeting gives you clarity like never before. When every dollar is assigned to a specific envelope, there's no confusion. You'll instantly see where your priorities are. Maybe you're spending more on takeout than you thought. Once you see it, you can fix it. For example, imagine you notice your dining out envelope empties faster than your groceries one. That's a sign to plan more home-cooked meals next month. It's not about guilt, it's about awareness. Number 7. It teaches delayed gratification. In today's world, it's so easy to get what you want instantly. One tap, and it's on your doorstep tomorrow. Envelope budgeting teaches patience, a skill rich people have mastered. If your vacation envelope isn't full yet, you wait. You keep adding to it every paycheck until it is. That waiting builds anticipation and financial discipline. When you finally use that money, the experience feels more satisfying because you earned it. It's no longer about impulse. It's about intention. Number 8. It helps couples avoid money fights. Money is one of the biggest reasons couples argue. But when both partners can see exactly where money is going, arguments fade. With envelope budgeting, there's transparency. If you both agree on how much goes into each envelope, say $150 for date nights or $500 for bills, it removes guesswork. For example, instead of saying, "You're spending too much," you can simply look at the dining out envelope together. Facts replace feelings. That's how you build teamwork instead of tension around money. Number 9. It brings back control in a cashless world. Let's face it, digital money has made overspending effortless. Tap your card, click Buy Now, and the money disappears without a thought. Envelope budgeting gives control back to you. It forces you to pause and think before spending. Even if you're using a digital version, dividing funds into categories acts as a built-in speed bump for impulse spending. It's like installing brakes on your financial habits. And those brakes can stop you from driving your budget straight into debt. Number 10. It's a system that grows with you. Envelope budgeting isn't just for people living paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners use it because it's flexible. You can start small, maybe just 5 envelopes for groceries, bills, savings, entertainment, and emergency. As your income grows, you can expand. You can even create envelopes for big goals, like new car, wedding fund, or home down payment. It's not about limitation. It's about organization and clarity. For instance, a family saving for a home might create envelopes labeled inspection fees, closing costs, and moving expenses. That way, when the time comes, every part of the dream is financially ready. Number 11. It builds better money habits automatically. Once you've used envelope budgeting for a few months, it becomes second nature. You start asking smarter questions before every purchase. Which envelope is this coming from? That single question rewires how you think about money. Over time, you'll find yourself saving more, spending less, and making decisions that actually align with your goals. Research even shows that people who budget using physical or visual methods like envelopes tend to save up to 25% more than those who rely only on digital tracking tools. That's the difference between constantly struggling and finally feeling financially free. Number 12. It reduces financial stress. Money stress is real. When you don't know where your money is going, it feels like you're constantly playing catch up. Envelope budgeting gives you structure, and structure brings peace of mind. When you can see that your bills, groceries, and savings are already covered, you stop worrying about what if. You can sleep better knowing your essentials are funded. For example, imagine opening your drawer and seeing your rent, utilities, and groceries envelopes already filled for the month. That sense of control removes anxiety. Instead of wondering how to make it to payday, you feel calm and prepared. Number 13. It helps you break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Many Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and the biggest reason is not knowing where their money goes. Envelope budgeting flips that pattern. When every dollar is assigned a job, you stop wasting money on unplanned expenses. Over time, you'll notice small surpluses building up in certain envelopes, and that's how you create a financial cushion. For instance, if you consistently have a little leftover in your gas envelope, you can move that extra to emergency savings. Bit by bit, you're no longer waiting for payday to survive. You're building stability instead. Number 14. It works great for kids and teens. Envelope budgeting isn't just for adults. It's one of the best ways to teach children about money. You can start by giving them 3 envelopes: spend, save, and give. Every time they get an allowance or birthday money, they divide it into those envelopes. This simple system teaches delayed gratification, generosity, and responsibility early on. It also shows them that money isn't just for spending, it's for planning. Number 15. It stops impulse spending. We all know that sudden urge to buy something because it looks too good to pass up. Envelope budgeting makes you pause before giving in. When you know exactly how much money is left in your fun or clothing envelope, it's harder to justify an impulse buy. You might still want it, but you'll stop and think, is it worth taking away from something else? That quick pause is powerful. It turns emotional decisions into logical ones. And that's how you start winning with money. Number 16, it makes emergency planning easier. Emergencies don't wait for the right time, but envelope budgeting makes sure you're ready. When you create an envelope labeled emergency fund, you're building a safety net in small, consistent steps. Instead of scrambling when your car breaks down, you already have cash set aside. For example, even saving just $20 per paycheck into that envelope can make a big difference. Over time, that envelope becomes your peace of mind during unexpected moments. Number 17, it helps you visualize financial goals. Seeing is believing, and envelope budgeting makes your progress visible. Each envelope acts like a visual tracker for your goals. When you watch your vacation envelope fill up week by week, your motivation grows. It's no longer an abstract dream. It's happening in front of your eyes. You can even tape pictures or write short notes on your envelopes, like a photo of your dream destination or the words "new car." That physical connection keeps your goals alive and exciting. Number 18, it reduces decision fatigue. Budgeting can feel exhausting because there are so many decisions to make daily. Should I buy this? Can I afford that? Envelope budgeting removes that mental burden. Once your envelopes are set, the decisions are already made. You just follow the plan you created. If there's no money left in the entertainment envelope, the answer is simple: not today. No guilt, no confusion, no spreadsheet battles. You make fewer financial decisions, but smarter ones. Number 19, it creates natural boundaries with friends and family. Social pressure can make it hard to say no when friends invite you to expensive outings or relatives ask for a little help. Envelope budgeting gives you a clear and polite boundary. You can simply say, "My entertainment money's already planned for this month." It's not personal, it's just structure. Having those limits protects your goals and your relationships. You stay generous, but not at the cost of your own stability. Number 20, it builds long-term financial awareness. The longer you use the envelope system, the more you understand your true spending habits. You start seeing patterns, which categories you overspend in, which ones you can cut back on, and where you can save more. For example, after a few months, you might realize you spend less on groceries than expected, but too much on online shopping. That awareness helps you make better financial choices for life. Envelope budgeting trains your brain to notice money, not ignore it. And awareness is the first step to lasting wealth. Envelope budgeting is more than a method, it's a mindset. It's not about cash or envelopes. It's about awareness, control, and peace of mind. So, maybe the real question isn't, why does envelope budgeting still work today? Maybe it's, why did we ever stop using it? If you had to start your own envelope system right now, what would be the first envelope you'd label? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.